Hello everyone, this is Adam.
This is Matt.
And today we're going to play some Commander.
Commander? I thought it was called EDH.
EDH, that doesn't even mean anything. Alright, so we're going to jump in. You've got a deck though.
I do have a deck. So this is my Thada Adel deck. So obviously Thada Adel is our commander. If you've never seen him before, what she does is has Island Walk and certainly just grabs their artifacts. And the idea is, you can accelerate through them, through Sol Rings, whatever, grab their swords. It's kind of fun just to mess around. What I've done, though, is make this more of a one-on-one type deck. And the way I do that is play the normal stuff you'd see. Ponder, Preordain, Spell Pierce, the stuff that gets you going early. And then, obviously, some Moxes type things to accelerate.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Honestly, this looks exactly like a lot of the blue decks I used to play. I had an EDH, Commander deck back in the day that looked a lot like this, and I'm really excited. You don't have a lot of cheesy combos in here, I notice.
I don't. My opponents in the casual room are vulnerable to conceding on turn 3 once they don't like your deck anyway, so you're never going to be able to go through a combo.
So naturally you play back to basics.
Absolutely. You know what? If they're going to concede, we're going to do it in style.
All right. Well, I am going to resist the temptation to make any Skyfall or other kinds of music jokes, and let's just go ahead and find a cue, jump in, and see how this guy plays.
So let's go into the casual playroom. We're going to go just for fun, even though this deck is not really fun for opponents. And the reason for that is that you're not going to find many Commander games in tournament practice. We'll pick on this guy. And we'll play a little bit of one-on-one with Rada 66. Obviously, we want to play first. And the reason you want to play first online is because you draw a card in your first turn in Commander no matter what. So we will go ahead and do that.
So abuse.
So he's playing Thromok.
Devour.
So he gets Devour X, where X is the number of creatures devoured. So more of a token type deck, I would assume. We have a fairly decent hand. So Mana Drain into Gilded Lotus seems pretty good, things like that.
Is there any reason you're playing the Snow-Covered Islands?
Yes. So I have Extraplanar Lens, which grabs one of the lands and makes all my Snow-Covered Islands produce extra mana. I don't want their islands to produce extra.
Sounds reasonable. Uh-oh. Sounds like our game sound is on.
Yeah, and so we'll go ahead and fix that real quick.
Oh, jeez. I play with the game sound, so...
I don't. I usually have music or something in the background, and it's just distracting. He plays a fungal land that are known as storage lands.
Yes. So
I think turn 2, it's okay to go ahead and play Mind Stone here. I don't think that keeping Mana Drain up is really that valuable right now.
No. Ooh. Playing in a virtual machine here, so the function keys don't work. Whatever will we do?
And so he's going to put a storage counter on his land, which may make him concede to back to basics. We're about to find out.
So horrible.
So our choices here are Thada Adel or back to basics. Back to basics is basically like a time walk here.
Better, and land destruction.
Yeah. So there's game 1. So, we'll rapid fire through these, right? Because, opponents are going to be vulnerable to concession. Hopefully we'll get a good game in here. But we'll go ahead and jump in another one and edit out the in-between stuff.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea. Although it is making more work for me.
We're okay with that. All right. Say that name.
Sure. Just spam your keyboard. His name's not a crazy pun, at least, though.
I'm pretty sure his cat made his name.
Rakdos, Lord of Riots.
So if I lose life, he can play this, and then, okay.
That's fine. You can just write a replication in.
So we have a pretty decent hand.
Little crystal ball action that can go on here.
Yep. I don't actually like to play the Mana Crypt until we actually need it, which will be on turn 2. I'm going to go ahead and slide a hand on turn 1. And see what we got.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure, let's get more land.
Some islands.
So this isn't nearly as good of a draw as we had last time.
We got some gas. We got some stuff. Yeah, this is good. Nothing to Wasteland, though, which is kind of depressing.
So that's really helpful against Rakdos. I think we go ahead and play Thada Adel because we can play her again next turn if necessary. Let's go ahead and crypt out here.
Rawr.
Crypt is amazing in EDH, in case you didn't know, just because 3 damage doesn't really hurt you at all, and it's just an awesome card to begin with.
Even better when you open them from Zendikar packs.
To actually not confuse you, during the Zendikar pre-release, they put the treasures in there, and Adam got a mana crypt. Congrats, sir.
Could have been better, I guess.
All right, heads or tails?
Heads. It's always heads.
It's always heads. Yeah, that is poor choice.
Oh, I see. We want to win the mistake.
So, we're going to go ahead and attack with Thada Adel here.
Let's see what kind of crazy stuff he's got.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to kill it, I would think. But that's okay at this point. No. So, he might not have many artifacts either, but we're about to find out.
Greaves or something.
Yeah, he's got Greaves. He's got Jit. He's got those 2 cards.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, I guess.
Sword of Feast and Famine seems reasonable.
What the hell's Journeyer's Kite?
Oh, that's the one that gives you lands.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's Sword here, just because it protects us from one of his colors, and then other his colors gets us out of burn range for him.
It's just a better card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to go ahead and do that and equip it, and I think that's good enough for a turn.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
And Karn was a nice draw there, just because that'll be really helpful once he actually gets going.
Quite. Yeah, it's not been the most exciting game from his perspective, I'm sure.
No. Well, I mean, he's got to do something pretty soon. Yeah, Olivia seems decent. Yeah, I don't think it's actually worth taking here. We can just write a replication, get rid of it. And then the reason write a replication, get rid of it, so we can play Crystal Ball this turn, Gilded Drake or Karn next turn.
Sure. I mean, do we want to swing in there and see what we might be able to... Well, we know what we can get with Thada Adel. Was there anything that was amazing that we could get? There was just like a worm...
Well, we want to do write a replication first, because we're going to get to untap our lands anyway.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
And let's get in there.
Rawr.
All right, what do we want this time? So if we get something like Jit might be okay. Worm Coil Engine might be okay.
Timmy says that Worm Coil Engine is what you want.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the engine.
I have it on good authority from Tim.
And let's play it. And Karn next turn will probably make him concede.
I would. Oh, this is so rough.
Yeah, Shatterstorm hurts a little. Yeah.
Yes.
So
didn't even need to
all right, 2-0.
Too bad there's not a still had all these button. That would be nice.
Oh, there is a still had all these buttons called Reveal a Hand.
Yeah, but they have to pay attention.
Yeah, he's already stopped.
You can't throw them in their face.
You're kind of a jerk.
That's why Moto sucks.
All right. Let's go to the waiting queue and see who's waiting. Philip Dore, come on down.
You're the next poor
Oh, the match is now closed. Serious tests. Oh, that went away. That would have been exciting. Let's go RGM 96X. Mm-hmm. Playing first is usually good. That's not nearly as good as I'd like, but it's a hand.
Oh, I thought you meant their general. I was like, hey, I like those guys.
Yeah, you like it too. Oh, that's a nice first turn draw. And let's go.
I'll just put this to the side here. Yeah. We'll see if we can get him to concede before that fires.
Is that the challenge now?
The challenge.
All right. So Steel Enchantment is a card I'm trying. I haven't seen it be very good yet, but...
Yeah, I tried it back in the day in my blue deck, and I took it out eventually for more fun things. It was reasonable. Although I say the same thing about Arcanist the Omnipotent.
Of course, you're going to play Sylvan Library now. No, okay. That would have been pretty awesome.
That would have been amazing.
I don't think we actually need to strip mine anything at this point. He's accelerating just as fast as we are, so I think we just play a land and pass the turn. We want to play Arcanist eventually anyway. We could have played our General. That would probably have been a good idea.
Probably would have been nice.
We're really good at this game.
I don't know what you mean by general anyway. It says clearly commander.
All right. So maybe he thinks we're keeping up a counterspell. Probably. So that's good.
Yeah. Ooh, getting close.
We are getting close. So we're going to keep up counterspell mana and still play our general. He doesn't have mana for something like Hinder or something ridiculous like that, which we always want to look out for. And let's see what he does to it at the end of the turn.
Or desertion, even worse.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Rawr.
Actually, he does have mana for it. I forgot about Vivid Grove.
Oh.
I forgot that was a card.
Yeah, me too. He's thinking.
Yeah.
Actually have a real game here.
Yeah.
I like how Persuasion is so much worse than the other steel cards that you have.
Archaeomancer gets him back Beast Within, which is interesting.
So we can Beast Within the Beast.
That's usually a good play, I hear. So that, we're certainly not going to play Arcanist this turn, but we're going to draw a couple cards and see what happens.
Which means we failed. Well, you could have forced him to draw 3. Ooh. Bribery is always a fun one. Mana Drain's good to keep up.
So I think land, Mox Diamond, and then let's attack first. Let's just get in there. I always like to have that stopped. So let's play the Mox Diamond, get rid of the Strip Mine, because that's not going to help us with Back to Basics.
So we can bribe and Mana Drain up, right? No. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
That seems like pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. So let's go ahead and do that.
And that also leads us into Arcanist then, if he tries to
do something, yeah.
do something to our dude.
So,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is pretty terrible. It gets better. So, over being a myth, I'd certainly like. Mold Drifter gets us 2 cards right away. Over being a myth potentially gets us a lot of cards.
I think it's over being a myth. Over being of myth.
Okay.
I don't even know what some of these other things are, though, to be honest.
Yeah, it's all right. Neither do I. Whoop.
Just click. You're using a Macintosh, sir.
Yeah. What the hell is this? All right. So the question is, do we counter Beast Within?
I think the answer is yes. Sets us up for the next.
Oh, that hurts.
Ooh.
All right.
Awkward.
Yep. So this is going to be a game.
I guess we can always persuade it.
Well, we can Back to Basics it too. I mean, so he doesn't keep.
Oh, I meant the creature.
Yeah. No, I know, but then he could just do it again, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Both.
Yeah.
2+2. I guess we should have kept that Strip Mine. Oh well.
All right. So.
Escalation.
I think it's Metamorph Back to Basics. No. Back to Basics and 4 mana left. I just don't want him drawing that many cards.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I mean, we're not going to be able to handle it and prevent him from...
So I think it's Thada Adel Back to Basics and then let him draw the extra card for a turn.
Yeah, I think so.
So does that give us... No, that doesn't give us enough to leave up a counter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, because we need 5 for Thada Adel too.
That's right.
So I think first is Back to Basics, right?
That seems pretty important.
And then...
He's got Beast Within, so he can always...
Well, Beast Within will counter. I mean, that...
Yeah, so we either leave up a counter, but if we try to do something like Metamorph now, it doesn't do us any good.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't actually do it. All right, so he gets an extra card, but Mana Drain will help us in that regard at the very least. If he does Beast Within or something like that. Don't know what he's trying here. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a good one to counter regardless, I think, right? We don't want to lose Back to Basics and the Mind Stone.
Correct. All right, so then it's Beast Within, which is awkward but fine.
Yeah. Slowly.
All right. So Karn just gets rid of it. Rid of the Overbeing at the very least, which I kind of like here.
I like that because then he has nothing on board to answer. It really seems pretty decent.
So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now leave us 2 up, which doesn't really help, but...
Fake the counterspell.
Yeah. If he has a counter, he has to use it here, right? Yeah. So get rid of that. Keep the beast back. We'll get another beast for that, right? Because he has to kill that with Beast Within, which is fine. We still get rid of Overbeing, which is awesome. And let's get in there. What's nice about Metamorph is we can get Mana Drain back. Is a possibility. We're not drawing much land, but that seems to be okay at this point. Obviously, the goal is how do we keep Arcanus in play?
Yeah. Easier said than done. But at least we haven't seen any specific answer he has at the moment.
Destroy all my artifacts. That's 2 of them, which is okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we can't cast Arcanus until we get an extra land, but could have been worse.
Could have been back to basics. Yeah, that's...
Monolith into Arcanus.
Sure. I mean...
Might as well go for it.
Yeah. Show me your moves.
Attack first, because I'm not terrible at this game.
Sure.
Yeah, at what point does he block here? Okay. All right, let's see if we can get Arcanus going.
I mean, even one activation, that's pretty brutal.
So he has 1 turn to kill it. We'll see what he does. If he steals it, we can steal it back.
Persuade him.
This has been a pretty good game so far, though.
Yeah, a little bit more realistic than the last 2, I suppose. It has encouraged me, though, to do one thing, which is rebuild my EDH deck.
What X spell is he doing here? I'll Blasphemous Act. All right, so that's a thing.
That's a lot of mana. Oh my god.
All right, so I think Thada Adel can come back. Just making him waste cards and get things to kill.
I mean, at this point, he's holding 2 cards. We've got a bunch of threats. Like that Relic of Genitus, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Persuasion's okay. I mean, Homeward Path is going to get untapped eventually, I'm sure, which is obnoxious, but makes me wish we kept the Strip Mine, but it seemed like the reasonable play at the time. We do have Wasteland in there somewhere. All right, what are we doing? Vandal Blast. Oh, he's getting back the artifact kill.
Okay. He's really afraid of that Grim Monolith. Although we are going to steal his artifacts here as well.
Sure.
So he's probably prepared.
Yep.
Signets.
So why we have Knowledge Exploitation in this deck? So what it does is it allows us to cast any spell from his deck for 4 mana once Thada Adel hits.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
So while we're in there, we might as well look at what we can do.
Prowl.
So what do we have? Is Incendiary Command, which destroys a non-basic land. And then we have Spitting Image. We have...
I mean, wouldn't Spitting Image suck because he can...
Yeah. So... A lot of kill, but not much else we can actually use. We can probably use Cultivate, actually.
His deck is far too fair.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get his...
Crystal Ball. I mean, he's going to destroy artifacts, though,
He's going to destroy artifacts, so why not get our Wasteland?
Yeah, that's fair. Let's explore.
which doesn't allow us to exploitation this turn, but...
I mean, if he wastes the mana on destroying Expedition Map, I guess...
Yeah, that's fair. I think... So... I think we just keep the mana up at this point. No,
it's not doing anything for us.
Yeah, it's true. It's just that exploitation doesn't seem that great because we... that's pretty... Yeah, we don't have many artifacts to get back right now. As far as Academy Ruins, and plus this is all here. So we can go ahead and get the Wasteland. Let's play it. And pass on our turn. Let's see what he wants to do. Probably nothing at this point, which seems reasonable.
I guess the question is why wouldn't we just prowl the exploitation instead of caring about the getting a wasteland?
It's a fair point, mainly because I just didn't see the value in what he had in his deck. It was like cultivate and stuff like that.
You hear that, RGM 96X? He's calling you out. Nothing worth casting.
All right, so he's going to cast... So he has that one... The artifact kill in his hand. What else is he going to do here? Something. Maybe his commander? If he casts his commander, we can steal it. That's what he's going to do. So I'm going to get rid of Homeward Path. Just in case he has some shenanigans.
A reasonable thing to do if one wants to persuade Intet to join our cause.
So go ahead and play the land. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in there. Like get a Sol Ring or something, make him actually use the Vandal Blast.
Yep.
So that guy. And then I think Persuasion's fine. I want to get out Relic too because he has some stuff that's just messing with the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
So we can pop that at any time, and we can pop it if he Vandal Blasts as well. Because we're not really going for anything in our graveyard right now.
Very true.
But with stuff like Call to Mind and things like that in his graveyard and Archaeomancer, it seems like getting rid of that is a decent step. But I am impressed with his ability to stay in the game. It's very rare that actually happens.
Well, that's good. We actually get at least one of these matches being...
Yeah. And who knows what he has in his hand, too, right? So...
Could be anything. Could even be a boat.
All right.
Tick, tick.
Yep. Well, to be fair, we've spent more time than he has.
I suppose.
I mean, would you Vandal Blast if you're him right now? You kill your... Well, you don't. You kill Relic, Sol Ring, and Grim Monolith. I've only used the Monolith once.
Yeah...
You know, there's that thing.
I don't think that's what he ideally wants to be doing right now.
I think he's doing it.
Upsy daisies. He's only got 2 cards. He can't have infinite options.
So, let's get rid of everything. And draw an island. Which is fine. And let's see what else he has. Alright, so Snapcaster's pretty good, but we don't have anything in our graveyard anymore. Mana Drain's gone. That's alright. So let's go ahead and attack. I want to see what we have on top of our library first. I think we play this because we have mana for exploitation.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, Moto, why are you so terrible? Strip Mine, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's Strip Mine. All right. And then probably Greaves.
Yeah, Greaves is a nice one.
Greaves is a nice one. Doesn't let us actually play.
In long game, you could go for the Crystal Ball. You could.
I think I like Crystal Ball here. It's either, yeah. But Greaves gets us what we need quickly.
I mean, I think we're pretty handily in control of this game, so Greaves just seals the deal a little bit.
All right, so does it actually let me play the Strip Mine? No, because I already played a land. I think it's on Intet at this point.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't have any enchantments, so...
Sweet card, bro.
Yeah. All right, so what does he have here? Nope, that's it.
That's it. All right. Indeed. Good game.
Yeah, that was a good game. So, there's the potential for a rematch, or...
Let's do one more against Anubis there, or whoever you happen to click on.
Is he available anymore? I don't think so.
Oh my god. Moto.
Yeah, let's sort by commander games at the very least. Rada was not very happy with us, so let's go Spaceman Mars.
All right. Spaceman Mars. Waiting.
All right, let's go ahead and play first. Who is your commander? Your commander is... I've seen a lot of him lately, actually.
What the hell? Oh,
I had this card at the pre-release. That was pretty insane. All right, so not going to mulligan. Greaves into Thada Adel works every time.
Every freaking time.
If we can draw Ancestral Vision again, this hand is perfect.
Hey, maybe you could go for Sol Ring or something instead. I don't know.
All right.
Not a huge fan of that Treetop Village art. I'm picky.
Yeah, so Greaves, and then we're going to see what he has here. We do have the Wasteland in case he has something crazy, or he keeps up the mana for Treetop Village in the long run. Mystifying Maze is a good one to get too.
Yeah, it is.
So let's find out if he has a Mana Crypt, which is what we're going for on when you do the Thada Adel, whatever. I've gotten a spell book before.
Yeah, you hope that he has Mana Crypt,
correct.
Basically.
And then you try to just grab something that's going to help him a lot, that not help you. I've grabbed Coat of Arms, stuff like that before.
Yeah.
So, Jit, what the hell is Conjurer's Closet? That seems like one of the cards we'd want to get, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get rid of that.
This is killing his fun more than helping us.
Yes. Yeah. If Spaceman Mars, you are watching, I don't apologize, because that's kind of what the deck does. So he'll put up something, some sort of defense. Nope. Hopefully he gets an island.
That would be nice. He does, in fact. Maybe it might be hard to go through the game without any blue sources. But
correct.
He's got his Vivid probably somewhere in there. But
so, yeah.
one of my favorite all-time cards. The Treachery.
So I like the idea of Mind Stone or something and keep up Spell Crumple.
Sounds good. Get in there.
All right. So, like Sol Ring, we can get Jit.
I mean, I kind of like Sol Ring. It just accelerates us.
Yeah.
I mean, next turn we probably could get
Gilded Lotus.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we get that, and then can cast the Mind Stone. We can do Mold Drifter or something next turn.
Yeah. So this is probably how this deck usually plays, I assume?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
obnoxiously.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I love it.
It is pretty obnoxious. Doing some sort of expel here. Oh, Harrow. Oh, well.
I see.
Um,
He's harrowing.
if we crumple that and kill his treetop village next turn, he probably concedes.
He probably concedes.
I think we just win here.
This is where he's like, you asshole.
Mainly because we're getting a couple lands here and an extra card. And there you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, Matt, this has been pretty fun.
Yeah.
I rather like this deck. I don't know what I'd even change about it, to be honest. I'm not even...
So I guess let's take a look at it one more time and then wrap up for today. But if going to deck editor here. So some thoughts on some cards. Chrome Mox has been better than Mox Diamond. They're both okay.
Yeah.
They're great early, terrible late kind of cards. Mana Vault's okay. Grim Monolith's great.
How do you feel about the tutor? Just wondering. Has that really been helpful, or?
It's been helpful in the fact that once I get something like Mana Drain or something like that, it makes it really hard on them to do things properly, and then it gets Hinder or Spell Crumple for their commander. So
Sure.
that's the idea behind that.
Sure.
Or it gets Rite of Replication if something crazy is on the board.
Is Mindslaver in there for infinite loops?
Infinite Loops. The only true combo in the deck is Mindslaver, Academy Ruins. But, you know, at times you just want a 10 mana Time Walk.
Yeah.
And then you want to do things that make your next turn work really well. So
I can fully believe that. I guess it's probably just if you really wanted to make this deck less fun and more efficient, you'd probably take out some random things like Steel Enchantments.
yeah, I think that's probably one of the cards that needs to go. Spreading Seas is actually amazing.
It's not surprising.
Things like Quicksilver Fountain can go. It's kind of a cute card, mainly to get them islands and stuff like that, but it's not like the greatest thing in the world. Actually, Venser has been underwhelming.
Yeah, I played him as my general before, and I was never super overwhelmed.
Shackles is amazing. Spelljack, actually underwhelming.
Very. It always seems like it's going to do such awesome things, but
Rhine Elemental has been surprisingly amazing in one-on-one battles.
okay, could see that.
And then, obviously, Karn's great. Knowledge Exploitation is pretty good. All His Dust is great, mainly because of the number of artifacts we have and our opponents have. So, I mean, maybe Persuasion, just because it doesn't do the things that Bribery and Treachery do.
Yeah, although, I mean, one of Blue's strengths is that just kind of continual theft of their creatures and artifacts, and yeah, overall, I really like it, so thanks for showing it to me.
Thanks for playing, and we will see you next time, maybe with your deck, or maybe with a new and improved Thada Adel.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.